Should we move on to some of the big Microsoft news of the week?
What? No Wombat Fortnightly news?
Well, there's blank here.
Well, I just wanted to remind everyone that if you are going to buy something in the Fortnite shop, make sure to use creator code CAG to pass those V-Bucks on to Cheapy, who will then somehow have to figure out how to pass those V-Bucks on to me.
I'm not doing that. Here's
You
what's going to happen. I'm never going to look at the thing. And if they send me a check, or, I mean, if they
don't
send money.
No, they get V-Bucks. It's V-Bucks.
They're sending me V-Bucks? No, I'm not in that I don't know what that program is. I'm in the program where they send you US bucks.
See, that's what I was trying to.
Fuck that, it's V-Bucks. What am I going to do with V-Bucks?
I don't know, but I want a creator code. I would like one, but they closed the program.
I don't know what I have, but I'm assuming it's a.
You got to help me out in how do I get.
I cannot help you out at all. How am I going to help you out? I don't know anybody.
You know people.
I cannot help you out, I'm afraid.
You're rude.
If I could help you out, I could. I would, but...
If I could help you out, I could? No, that sounds about what you wanted. That's what you wanted to say. If I could help you out, I could.
I could, yeah, it's
not
a fact.
Going to, but
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong on that. No, I don't know. What do I know?
I don't know.
I know Nick Chester, which is who you know, and he has nothing to do with that.
No.
And to be honest, I think even... I don't know. Is there a confidentiality agreement with this program too? I don't fucking know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, whatever. It's not even worth talking about. It's not interesting.
I guess the Crash Bandicoot demo was out this week.
Oh, I thought I heard Crash in the news.
2nd.
So yeah, Microsoft bought Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. We're done with Wombat's Fortnite.
Yeah, and by the way, according to Darkness in the chat, you do get cash.
Cash, yeah, of course.
So
cash.
People should use your CAG.
Cash. Told you.
Get you some money.
Right. I like money.
I know. I'm trying to get you money, and all you do is give me the stink eye.
You're trying to make my life more difficult.
That's only part of it.
Yes, you're trying to.
I get to make you miserable, and you get to make money.
Right.
Pretty sure it's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, I don't need you holding anything over my head. $15 in US dollars.
You could just send me the V-Bucks in kind.
I told you what's going to happen. I'm never going to look at that page, and if they direct deposit money into my bank account, they direct deposit money into my bank account, and that's what's going to happen.
You could give
and
that money
I might notice it come in, and I might not notice it come in.
We'll find
Chances
out
are, it's going to be a very small amount of money, because I know. I mean, we promote the Epic Game Store, so that's how we.
Yeah.
That's how the money comes in normally. And I got to be honest, Epic Game Store, I like it. Big fan. Not generating a lot of sales, I think. Okay. I mean, they have they make great exclusive deals and they give away great free games. I'm sure a lot of people are downloading those. Definitely.
Ready to move on?
I have an expansive library in Epic Game Store.
Right, but you haven't paid for any of them.
Not a thing.
Not a
Yeah,
one.
it's great, but maybe not.
And don't forget to download Rocket League and get $10.
What am I going to do with that $10 though?
I don't know. Maybe.
I have to spend money.
Wait, what? They're giving you $10 to download Rocket League?
Yeah, if you download Rocket League in the Epic Game Store, they give you $10.
They give you $10 off a purchase of $15 or more.
Just for downloading their free game.
Just for downloading Rocket League free to play.
That's pretty good. Epic Game Store is very aggressive with those deals. You cannot deny that. Yeah. They're doing everything. Seems like they're making great moves.
Except for that whole iOS thing.
I can't blame Epic Game Store for that.
No. Oh no, yeah.
Except the concept of having the Epic Game Store on iOS. I mean, you got to be realistic here. Come on. There's one thing about having Fortnite, on iOS and trying to get some sort of in-app purchase agreement going with the V-Bucks, but another thing saying like, hey, why don't we just put Epic Game Store on iOS? Everything's good, right? Anyway, creator code CAG. Right, Wombat?
That's it.
I mean, to be honest, like these retailers don't pay commissions on video games anymore, and that's one of the few companies that does still. I think I could say that.
You just did.
I think I did. I think I'm not in violation.
Excellent.
Let's talk about the Microsoft Bethesda deal.
Oh yeah, that's right. The big thing that happened this week. So Microsoft spent like 85 cents and went to Maryland. Is
Wait,
that what
what?
happened? I got it.
No.
No,
They spent $7.5 billion
$7.5
and
billion
they bought
dollars.
Doom and Fallout and
Yeah. And
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
and
Yeah.
Space Skyrim.
And Space Skyrim.
And the biggest, most important franchise, Wayne Gretzky hockey. We're
I don't
coming
think
back.
They get Wayne Gretzky hockey. They get hockey, but they don't get Wayne Gretzky.
The game's actually not going to really work well in 2020.
I
It's
know,
a
I'm just
simulation game,
kidding.
and it's going to be tough to compete. But Wayne Gretzky hockey remaster, that we can get done, I feel. I'm very confident.
I'm sure. Yes. You just keep asking.
Yeah. I spent a lot of my adolescent life playing that game
So
somewhere.
let's. If
in
you
my
were
house, my friend's house, everybody's house.
if you were the CEO of Bethesda
Yes.
and your company is bought for $7.5 billion.
Yeah.
Now I know you don't get $7.5 billion as a CEO, but I'm sure you have a decent amount of stock, and a bonus that gets tied into revenue and all that kind of fun stuff. Are you cashing out and saying adios with like a suitcase that says Maui on it and just running out the door immediately? How long are you staying?
Oh, I would have been gone like even way before this. I don't understand So
ZeniMax.
ZeniMax is the company, right?
Yeah.
Is the holding company. But
Yeah.
who owns that?
I think
Is it-
ZeniMax
It's a private company.
is the company.
So
So someone has to own ZeniMax? I don't know who owns ZeniMax.
it's private.
So, but Zenim, I
It
don't
sounds
know.
like original board member Robert Trump. And
That's
Les Moonves.
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah, anyway, that's a lot of money, but Microsoft has a market cap of $1.5 trillion.
Robert A. Altman is the chairman and CEO of ZeniMax Media.
Is Todd Howard getting a lot of money? That's what I want.
I think he's probably getting enough money where he could probably say adios.
Doesn't he have that already?
He probably already has
I'm
that.
pretty
though.
sure he's got that already.
It's
And in
just
case you were
a
wondering
matter
if
of he
the
wants to keep doing it
owner
or not.
if the owner of ZeniMax is doing all right, he's married to Linda Carter.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not everybody will stick around, but I think enough will stick around for this to. Like,
The games
a
are gonna
lot of
stick around.
studios-
The games are sticking around.
The games are sticking around. A lot of the developers will stick around. The guys who are up at the sea level, they may hang around for a little bit, but then
They're
be
not
like,
incented much.
There's a reason why we were selling.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not to work more.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Christopher Weaver is the other owner, the other founder. So Robert Altman and Christopher Weaver founded ZeniMax Media together. Christopher Weaver is the one who started the Elder Scrolls. He was the first producer of those games. So he was like the video game guy. Altman was more like the business guy. He went to Harvard Law School and married Wonder Woman.
Good plan. Good plan.
Yeah. It's not a bad plan.
I like
And
it.
then started he was married to Wonder Woman before he started Bethesda.
He's good. This guy.
Yeah. Smart guy.
So what do we think? I guess the controversy is no more Skyrim on PlayStation. Is that what's happening?
I mean, if I had to guess, well, first of all, they probably wouldn't call it. I don't think they're going to call it Skyrim 2 anyway, but I understand what you're asking.
Yes.
I don't think it will be on. I don't think you spend $7.5 billion to put these games on another console, on your direct competition's console. I don't think that's why you spend the money. I think because they could have. There's other ways that they could have done something that wouldn't have cost $7.5 billion, because that's a lot of money,
Relatively.
relatively speaking. Yes, for Microsoft, maybe not. that much, but still, it's a lot of, and that's a part of it too. For Microsoft, not that much, but it's a lot for Sony, and it's enough where
Oh, it would be too much for Sony. Sony couldn't do that.
they could screw them and not allow Skyrim and Fallout on that console anymore to take away that argument of, but Xbox has no exclusives. I mean, that's the thing.
It's a good argument.
People have been talking about that argument now. Every week I feel like it comes up, but the Xbox has no exclusives. Well, they just spent $7.5 billion. It's like Disney buying Marvel.
It's like the Yankees.
Yeah.
Buying
the
players.
The problem with Disney was Disney had no male characters. They were the princess company, but they couldn't get the boys. How do we get boys? Well, we need to create some characters that people are going to love. And they tried that, and it did not work. So instead,
Notre Dame didn't do it.
Exactly. So they spent $4 billion and bought Marvel. I mean, and this is a similar situation.
Yeah.
We have no exclusives, so we're going to spend $7 billion. And
pretty good idea. Pretty good plan.
Now instant exclusives. Just add water.
Shipwreck. Do you think we're going to see Skyrim and Friends on PlayStation?
I think you'll see the games as a service. I think those could be cross-platform.
I
think online type stuff.
Which they already said that's going to stay cross.
Yeah, the stuff that's already out.
Okay, but I'm talking about the new Skyrim, the new space
if they
game.
came out with another online Skyrim type thing, or another Fallout 76 type of thing, yeah, I think they could go cross-platform with those.
But what about what's the space game called? Starfield?
That's going to be an Xbox game.
Xbox exclusive, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be exclusive.
And the next Skyrim game, the real Skyrim game,
that's going to be, if it's a single player.
When we say Xbox exclusive, we mean Xbox and PC.
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
Xbox and PC. Yes. Yeah. To clarify.
Pass,
they will be on Xbox and PC. They will be on Game Pass. And this is it's a reason for you to keep your Game Pass subscription. It's a reason for you to buy an Xbox. Microsoft does not like to. They want to screw over Sony a little bit, and this is a good way for them to do it.
Well,
they want to.
They don't want to screw over Sony. They want to excel. They want to sell.
Yes. No, it's a little bit of both.
Machines and
it's
subscriptions. Really, these are all going to be Game Pass games.
To screw over Sony as much as they're just trying to get something in their
a leg
catalog.
up.
Yeah. A reason to sign. More reason to sign up for Game Pass Ultimate.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of IPs to control. I mean,
fuck yeah.
We're not even talking about Doom and Wolfenstein yet.
Right.
Nope. Doom, Wolfenstein. I know they said they're never going to make another Dishonored or Prey
Dishonored
again.
Doesn't matter.
No,
honestly,
I'm not saying they mattered. I'm just saying,
they're good games, but they're not in the same league as these others.
No, not even a little. So yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great for them. I was say it's not great, but
I think it was a good move.
It's exciting. I think it's a great move for Microsoft.
Well, it might be a good move for these games as well, because it's very clear that Sony exclusives get a bump from them only making them for one platform.
Hell yeah.
Now, I don't know if the Xbox games will get quite that bump because they're always going to be making for PCs, but it does mean that they don't have to make them for a PlayStation then as well. Right? So it's another platform that they're cutting out. The PC stuff, they know how to scale that up and down. The Xbox is whatever an Xbox is. They at least know some specifics about it. So we might get better versions of those games than we would have if they'd have been cross-platform.
Sure. We may get them sooner as opposed to later now also. Because now you have a single studio that's more invested and willing to maybe hire more or divert teams.
I don't know if that's true. Microsoft doesn't.
I'm not saying we're gonna get a game every year. I just mean that if, let's say, Skyrim 2 is 7 years out, maybe now it's 5 years out.
As a counterpoint, I present Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3 was bad and not handled well. I think that's why they need a Bethesda. They need someone who has experience making games in a time frame, in a franchise, but now they needed that kind of cash influx to kind of ramp it up a little bit.
It's going to be interesting.
I don't know.
The war is on.
Yeah.
The heads are butting.
Do you think
Things are
Microsoft's
exploding.
What do you think Microsoft's going to buy anyone else, or do you think that they bought their
Definitely.
Insta IPs and they're going to be
Sure. It's a good business. Look, this subscription business is great
No,
for them.
it's the Disney model, which we already talked about. They bought Marvel.
I would not be surprised if Microsoft had bids out for several things. Now, they might not be intending to buy everything, but we know they were in on WB when WB was trying to sell. We didn't even hear about the Bethesda thing, but if they were in a Bethesda and WB at the same time and they missed out on WB, I think they're still looking.
They said, the CEO said they're actively looking still.
Yeah. They said they're still looking, and obviously everyone thinks they're buying Sega, which I don't. I would eat my hat if they bought Sega.
That would be quite a buy if they did that.
That would be insane.
It'd be a really smart move from them. I don't know who else you go after on a large scale. I mean, you're not going to go after Ubisoft, right?
No, you're not going to go after
2K?
Ubisoft. I think Ubisoft might be worth too much.
I don't think 2K you can, or it's Take-Two, right?
Take-Two.
Take-Two.
I don't think you can buy them right now.
Right.
It's another one. Yeah, it would be too much. Which I mean, yeah, it would be. Could you imagine if whatever the next Grand Theft Auto was a Xbox exclusive?
Their market cap is $18 billion.
Yeah,
So-
it's a lot for what they are.
Would you spend $20 billion for the exclusive rights to Red Dead Redemption?
It makes
and
a lot of
Grand Theft Auto.
money. That makes a lot of money.
Well,
Is that worth?
you get NBA as well with that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. I guess.
It's a lot of money.
Is it? I mean, I'm not saying it is or isn't worth it. I don't know. I know that. What was it that Disney spent for Fox? It was like $45 billion. So I mean, crazier things have been done for, and that was just so they could get that lockdown on the X-Men. If the X-Men are worth $40 billion, is Red Dead Redemption worth $20 billion? So Grand Theft Auto worth $20 billion?
Yeah.
I think the way they purchased it,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just asking the question.
Basketball and Red Dead. I mean,
And Grand Theft Auto. I mean, yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's, but I don't have $20 billion to spend on
yes,
that.
you do. Don't be.
Okay, I
be
might. Let me
modest.
check the couch after the
You're a
show.
little shy.
they seem to be going after volume, though.
Yeah, there is definitely. I mean, they posted that image of Xbox plus Bethesda with all the games that they now own underneath it.
Yeah, but just think of that same image with Grand Theft Auto,
Red Dead
Redemption, and the basketballs. that's good shot, right?
and table tennis.
that's rock. Oh yeah, table tennis, right?
Yeah, I know.
Dozens
that's
of dollars are on the line for
Yeah. So
Rockstar Table Tennis too.
So I mean, yeah, that would be insane. So would Sega. I mean, could you imagine Xbox plus Sega, and
It's
then
a major play because it gets them more than the Western market. So you got to remember, Sega is not just Sega. Sega is Sega and Atlas now.
Mm-hmm.
So you get all the Personas, and you get all the Yakuzas, and you get the Sonic.
It's a good way to get those
yeah.
get those nerds on your side.
Right. It's a very nerdy play.
Yep.
It's a very nerdy
It's
play.
it's the Disney playbook.
Yeah.
If you can't,
Somebody
if you
else
don't-
mentioned Konami on here. Nobody's buying
Pachinko. They want
Yeah.
those pachinko machines.
What, you don't want Castlevania? Like that great Castlevania game. What about Capcom? I think that's that would be a potential. Resident Evil games.
And you got
Sega.
Resident Evil and Street Fighter, right?
Yeah,
Those are good.
I'm just saying that
That's like a side dish.
I'm saying that there's cachet to saying those are exclusives. And also, it's what
I think those are the ones you go with timed exclusives on. You're like, we're gonna throw a little bit of money that way. Give us that for like 3 months. We don't even care. Well, sure. Give us that Ryu skin. Yeah, that'll do fine.
But,
Thank you,
yeah.
Capcom.
It'll be interesting to see what happens when a game like a Fallout or a Skyrim comes out and it is an exclusive, and if it makes a difference or an impact.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Anything else to say about the Bethesda deal? I think we all in agreement. It was a good move for Microsoft.
Yes.
I don't know about a good move for gamers worldwide, but
Maybe
could be. Who knows?
competition is good, right?
I mean, knowing that these games that if you have Game Pass, you already own it is nice too.
All right. Just reminding the chat they can post CAGbag questions right now. We'll get them up on the screen because we're getting to that point in the show. One quick note for Cheapy Stupid PC Corner. I ordered a new PC. It's been 8 years. It's time. It's going to come in like a week or two.
Windows S.
Windows S, yes. No, whoops. Oh, I just pulled out my headphones. No, it's a good Corsair PC with the new 3080. If you want to get a 3080, the way to do it is to buy a whole PC wrapped around it, and then you can get one. Although actually they sold out a few days after they went on sale. But it was easier, and the bots, I guess, aren't going after those as much. So I'll let you know how that 380 is when it comes in. It hasn't shipped yet, so I don't know. But I'll be streaming some Microsoft Flight Simulator very soon.